Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world, when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. First of all, thank you for all those that donated, whether it's donations that I've received this week or last week or a month ago or 2 months ago. I know I thank you when I come on. But I just want to tell you that I see everyone that comes through. I can't reply to them because your email address is not on the message, but I get your message. I don't want to read that out. I know that message is for me, but I just want to say that I've got it. I thank you for it, and I'm humbly grateful, always grateful, and humbled by those donations. And I also want to say thank you for the feedback on the travel vlog. I just love doing them. I've got a trip planned for after New Year, which will give viewers a look at like the early colonial settlers' cottages in rural areas as settlers pushed out from the major cities, and we'll take a look at what that lifestyle or what that life might have been like, as well as some of the more scenic countryside in southeastern rural New South Wales. So, and we'll pick a lovely spot to perhaps get in touch with my guides and do a tarot on the road reading. That will be coming up in the new year. In January, I'm going to try and do more of those vlogs and wind back a bit and have a little bit of time off. But I'll definitely be posting those travel vlogs during January and taking the time, whether it's to have a picnic in the countryside while I'm doing it or lunch out with my husband, whatever. I'll make a bit of a holiday out of it as well as filming. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so let's get started on today's reading. I wanted to take a look at just an update on the Omicron variant. Now, the last reading that I did, I got the Chariot card, meaning it would spread like very quickly. Before we knew anything about it, it had just come on the horizon. I didn't feel it was going to be as severe. Psychically, I didn't feel it was going to be as severe as Delta. But that Chariot card was a little bit of a concern because the Chariot, when the driver gets into the Chariot, they have to work hard to try and control the horses, because the horses, if you look at the card, are going in two separate directions. And so it can mean like a bit of a roller coaster ride. It can be a little, you have to, as I said, work hard at trying to keep things under control. So from that perspective, even though for vaccinated people, sometimes we're hearing that it's mutated and vaccines may not be as effective. Intuitively, I feel that it will be the sheer numbers that are the biggest risk to the highly vaccinated. But it certainly will be risky for unvaccinated people. So continuing to wear masks and social distancing and not really, in the US, despite the rhetoric, you hear about people not wanting to wear masks. A lot of footage I see people still have them on. In Australia, we tend to get maybe the elderly and the more vulnerable wearing masks, and people just very pleased not to have them anymore. But I just want to check what's going to happen. Parts of Europe are locking down again. No one wants to see lockdowns. But the reason, and honestly, I don't know why people don't understand it. It's quite clearly for the sane and rational, and those not in living in an unreal kind of conspiracy type of environment. The reason that governments are taking this action is because the health systems become overwhelmed. And in London, for example, the mayor has declared a kind of an emergency, which means that if you go to the hospital, you won't be guaranteed of a bed. So this is what authorities get worried about, that there will be so many cases that it will overwhelm the hospital system. And that's not to mention those that are already in hospital receiving critical or life-threatening kind of care to try and turn a very serious situation, non-COVID situation around. So I want to be clear that that's where I'm coming from anyway. Any conspiracy theory type comments, maybe find another channel to post them on. All right, let's take a look at the O variant. The O variant, even just putting that name in the headline, will attract trolls to this channel. Right, let's get serious, sensible, and calm about this. And let's have a look. Is the O variant of concern? Will the O variant overwhelm our systems? Will the O variant overwhelm our systems? So it's still going quite quickly, and I feel that it will be young people, because I'm seeing a young person on one of those I don't know what they're called. They've only got 2 wheels, but they're electrified. So still going very quickly, and then hitting young people who may or may not have been vaccinated. I don't think there's a distinction. So will the O variant overwhelm our systems? The 9 of Cups talks about miracles. What's crossing that is the King of Cups. So, we're very lucky, aren't we, in most of the developed world, to have systems that are health systems that are certainly in countries like the UK and Australia, universal health care. I think that our leaders are doing the right thing, even though that will promote protesting and anarchy in the streets almost, where you have violent demonstrations that become violent. I think governments who are acting now to impose even low-level restrictions are doing the right thing. The Knight of Cups, yeah, looks like they've got an endorsement to do this as well, with that Knight of Cups there. The 8 of Cups in the past, it's really based on our past experiences of what happened with Alpha and Delta. The World card, which is crowning this reading, shows me that very few countries now will avoid Omicron. It will be the dominant species. It could even end or help end the pandemic in some way. 9 of Coins. Okay, so we've got the economy here in the immediate future. Those that are enacting low-level kind of restrictions or taking measures now are actually protecting the economy, not driving it down. So we have review, political leaders. The jury is still out, but it looks like those that wanted to let it rip, open up, even in highly vaccinated countries. This talks about having to go to Plan B. Let's see how that works out. The Fool and New Starts is the environment here, but it shows me we're not going to get a new start just yet. We're not free of this virus just yet. No matter how many people are beating their drums wanting that, it looks like we have to now go to Plan B. If Plan A was going back to normal, we're now at Plan B. 4 of Cups in the hopes and fears. Obviously a lot of disappointment. Obviously a lot. There is 1 cup being given to us. So, and that Knight of Cups is here as well. That's interesting. 4 of Wands. So this is families, family gatherings. I asked, was it of concern? This is the outcome card, the 4 of Wands. Within families, I think is going to be an issue. Lawmakers are going to have to really look at the upcoming Christmas and New Year celebrations, because that's what the 4 of Wands is. It's a yes card, by the way. The King of Wands is another yes card, and we've got the 7 of Swords Of course, this is undermining strategy as well. Somebody telling lies, somebody not telling the full truth. What else is here? Two of coins, yeah. So maybe we won't hear from certain governments just how much it is causing us to walk a tightrope. That is because they've got their own agendas, but I don't see... At this time, I still see chariot-like conditions. The speed at which it manifests brings the tower here. Brings the tower. And that is the outcome of this reading. Restrictions and loss and, people, heartbreak and loss. So that's the energy underneath. We're still in a pandemic. It's not over yet. It's not doom and gloom. Absolutely it isn't. The star card is here. We will be through this. I think the health experts are saying not in 2022, but I haven't done a deeper dive, but I do pick up one of the reasons I haven't is because of the toxicity anytime you read. And a lot of it is overseas troll farms, and we've got moderation. A lot of overseas troll farms not really wanting to see people locked up at home because, of course, then they think the economy suffers. The economy will suffer if leaders don't introduce low-level kind of restrictions. That's what I'm seeing, because it has the tenacity to literally overwhelm health systems through the sheer number. Okay, so that's where I come out on that. Let's now go to, so if you haven't got low-level restrictions, you're probably gonna get them because of sheer numbers. All right, so let's take a look at the other interesting news piece that I saw was Mitch McConnell, our old friend Mitch McConnell, US leader of the Senate, come out and literally make it very clear he wants to see justice come to Trump. Not because, I guess, well, who knows? Maybe because he sicked the mob on them. Maybe that was a step too far for even McConnell. Probably it was. But also Trump's been trying to get rid of McConnell, and McConnell's not easily shifted, as we both know. But it was kind of the worm turning with the conservative side of the Republican Party pushing back and really saying that we do need answers on the January 6th congressional investigation, that it was the right thing to do to investigate it. Okay, I want to see a little bit into Mitch McConnell's thinking and reasoning and politics here. So what I'm seeing is a huge winding road up to a building. What is this? Okay, he's heavily fortified. McConnell. This is like a moat and a castle. He's driving his car up. I think he's probably independently wealthy. He just doesn't have much to lose and everything to gain, and he's pushing it. I do feel he's got backing from certain sections of the Republican Party we can't see. It's like the big, mega rich type people. The former guy, whatever you want to call him, has made some enemies. Because this is like cars coming and going from a huge estate. Maybe up in the mountains, up a windy road. He's got a powerful backer, is what I'm feeling. Okay, they were pretty clear images. Maybe up a mountain, some hugely wealthy person. It's more than one. It's like they're coming to this estate to meet. I didn't expect that. Mitch McConnell, just show me why he said what he said. Why he came out and said, really turned on Trump. It's not the first time. What's Mitch McConnell up to? Might be the better question. What's Mitch McConnell up to? He wants the end. Basically, the end to Trump. And those that are meeting, look at the skull, like a horrible image up the top. It's like, what are they feeding this person? They're feeding this person poison. This is a pretty powerful lobby within the Republican Party to get rid of Trump. The Page of Wands, information coming out. Here's that road. There could even be they could even be releasing. They could even be talking. Maybe the media gets invited to this big castle. They could even be talking to the media. There's some kind of news or information underway that concerns this death card. Now, I don't think this is literally death, but it is the ending. It's the same card that keeps coming up over and over and over and over for Trump. The death card, the end of him, the end of his political career. 7 of coins. This is Plan A didn't work, so back to Plan B. I think the conservative side of the Republicans have had Plan B up their sleeve all along. I mean, how sinister does it get? The Ace of Wands, they had a plan. He had a plan. In the past, they have a plan. They have a plan. This stuff is not accidental. The Star card, which is crowning this reading, I definitely feel McConnell and others want to see the end of this person. The Tower card, in the immediate future, it's hard. These energies are pretty strong. Here's the Castle, the Tower card, strife in the immediate future, along with the Death card. This isn't for McConnell. This is for the former guy. This is for Trump. Say his name. We shouldn't be fearful of him. We shouldn't be giving him energy either, but right now it's the Death card and the Tower card are for Trump. They're working behind the scenes. The Moon card, secrets, things coming to the surface. New moon in Capricorn, when is that? 22nd, is it, of December? Something around, also the new moon. It's not the new moon in Capricorn, it is, let's have a look where the moon is, because we've just had a full moon in Gemini, which is communications. That's what he's done. He's come out and said what he said. So we have just had a full moon in Gemini, of course, which rules all things in relation to communications. The moon has then moved into Cancer, and then from Cancer into Capricorn. Yeah, on the 22nd. Watch that date, around the 22nd, 23rd. Interesting. More so, the 28th, when the moon is in Libra, 28th of December, and we have the last exact Uranus square Saturn. Wow. We've got big events in the last week or two of December. In relation to this reading, the environment around is 9 of Wands, in battle, but also dominion and putting the barriers up. Judgment in the hopes and fears. They do want to bring this era of Trump politics to a close. Queen of Cups revealing something to do with the woman. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they're leaking stories to the media or others, including to lawmakers. Could even be helping that congressional committee, or some lawmakers may actually help the committee at a certain time, because they understand that this is a losing battle. Loss, walking away from what no longer serves you, and that is the King of Coins, which is my card for Trump, the businessman. 3 of Wands, overseas, foreign type of influences, investigation, and the Ace of Coins. This could even be like those, as I said, those really big moneyed interests have said, That's it. We don't want him. We do not want him as president anymore. So McConnell has had this plan. It's fulfilling the plan, and it's not just McConnell. There are other lawmakers here as well. I'm not sure who they are, but other lawmakers around McConnell. Remembering that senators do not want to get rid of McConnell. Huh. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, so don't take it on face value that every single Republican senator or lawmaker behind the scenes does not want to see the end of Trump. All right. They'd be better off without him is basically the thinking. Because maybe they're grooming another one that can come up and do exactly what Trump did without all the baggage. The drama and the cost-benefit ratio for Trump is outlived his usefulness. Okay, so where do we want to go with this? I just want to ask again if we'll see an indictment, please. An indictment for any Trump or any of his major lieutenants before the end of December. Any sort of indictment. I'm getting Pegasus. I'm getting the Knight of Wands. The horse, which is quick moving. Okay, so will we see indictments for any of either Trump or any of his major lieutenants' family before the end of December? 10 of Wands, uphill battles. It's difficult. Took something like 2 years to get rid of Nixon, to remove him from the presidency, to expose his corruption. Investigation, isolation. Yeah, it's like it's the scales have got to be tipped in the favour energetically as well. 7 of Wands, defending oneself. Is there a Virgo? Who's a Virgo? 2 of Wands, in the past position, something coming to fruition in time. Crowning the reading, the Sun card, very, very strong. Strong yes card, strongest yes card in the pack. Potentially yes is what this reading is saying. It is only a potential. But then we have Temperance, which is my card for December, Sagittarius energy. Clarifying that is my beautiful friend, the High Priestess. Something, secrets coming to the surface, bringing forward some kind of balance into a situation. One more. 10 of Swords, loss, betrayal, and the 9 of Coins, wish fulfillment. So I'm going to say potentially yes. 10 of Coins could be in relation to the Trump org. That is my card for the Trump org. And Russia and the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Something around, could even be Biden's DOJ, although the DOJ. Page of Wands came up in McConnell's reading. Yeah, there's information coming up for the end of December to do with Trump and the investigations, and potentially with that Sun card there. You saw the reading. It's I can't say for certain. This is a tarot reading. It's for entertainment purposes only, but I'm going to say it's likely we will see major movements in the investigations in regard to Trump before the end of the month. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and bye for now.